Carl, it's really good to see you looking so well after your injury. Can you maybe tell us a bit about how the healing process is going for you?
It's been long and slow, but it's just something that's going to take a while. There's nothing you can do to speed it up. You can't. You just have to sit down, relax, and just let nature take care of itself and let your body heal itself. So I think with a lot of help from Kim and a lot of other people, too numerous to mention all the cards we've gotten, has been unbelievable. It's all been a great help, just as far as the support we've received from everybody, and like I say again, Kim's just been great taking care of me.
Kim, you had a bit of a trying time with Carl's injury. He was stuck down in Middlesbrough and you were up here. But you had a lot of help from Richard LaPlante and Chantal, his wife, and the folks at Billingham where the injury happened.
Yes.
Did that make things much easier for you?
Yes, it was a lot easier having Richard and Chantal to stay with, and just them taking me back and forth to the hospital every day for what I was told would only be a couple of days. It turned into 2.5 weeks. And the Billingham people were fabulous, and Ed Zawatsky, who immediately, as soon as we found out, got our stuff together and drove me down at 1 in the morning to go down and find out what was going on. It's just been unbelievable, but Richard and Chantal definitely kept my sanity together, and it was nice to go home at night and have someone to talk to and at least have friends around when I was really worried and upset and not knowing what was going on.
The worst then for you both is probably over, but for you, Carl, the decision's been made clearly for you in terms of your hockey career, that because of that injury it's far too risky for you to go back. How does that make you feel?
Well, obviously it's something that was, I just got to rely on my faith, and it's just meant to be. And there's good reason for it. Then it'll show up sometime or other. But even so, I can see right now that it's made me take stock of what I do have, and not so much what I had and what I thought was the most important thing in my life and what I wanted to do. I mean, now hockey was a game, and obviously I can't play it anymore, but I can still take part in it one way or the other, and hopefully that's what we'll try and stick to doing. But as far as the injury itself and being mad or angry about it, that would be just a waste of time, and it would take away from the healing process going on now. And you just have to stay positive. I think through my whole career here and career, basically my life attitude is just be positive about everything, because life's too short to be wasting time on the negatives, and because especially when you have so many positives around you, and one of them, like I say, being my wife, it would be not fair to anybody else around me to dwell on the negative.
We know that your plans, Carl, are to go back to the United States and settle down with Kim, and you've just intimated there that you'd like to stay in hockey. First of all, could you tell us where you intend to settle and what the options are for your hockey there?
Well, it's a double-edged sword. We would like to settle in Denver, and we'd like to answer the phone. But,
Hello?
Who is that bad time?
Yes, it is.
Probably my mom.
Hi, could we call you back? Okay, we'll call you back. What's the number? Uh-huh. Okay. All right, bye-bye. Sorry.
A bit untimely, but anyway, you intend to settle back down in Denver or in that neck of the woods?
Yeah, we'd like to settle in Denver, but obviously there's not much going on hockey-wise in Denver except for the minor hockey system. So, but who knows what'll happen if I could get back with my old college. You never know, as an assistant coach or something like that. But if nothing transpires hockey-wise, I always have my education. I have an economics degree, and Kim has a fashion merchandising degree, so we can both put those to good use and go into the business world until we can either find something hockey-wise, or maybe that might be the way our life, that might be the path we'll take. You never know. So I think either way, we're pretty confident that we'll be fine.
Carl, you came here when Fife Flyers were at a low. They'd just been relegated from the Premier League into the First Division. and the fruits of your labours and the rest of the team produced a promotion year for Flyers, a league winning year for Flyers, and all the highs that there were along with the lows for last season. Started off the season great against Durham, and then it fell away in the Autumn Cup. Can you maybe tell the Flyers fans out there what the highs and lows were for you?
Well, the high was the game that we lost was the best moment of my life. That's the only way I can explain it. Going to air and I think that was the most exciting game I've ever played. And I don't know how we lost, but getting promoted and doing the job, doing the business. I mean, we won the first game in Fife, so I mean we won it outright. So I think that was the high point. The low point, of course, was going through the year and maybe all the different personalities on the team. We ended up getting kind of all the suspensions and whatnot. That was the low point. I mean, that was there was a lot of personalities that came into the game, and that was really unfortunate, and that I think was the lowest of the year. So, and it's like you say, it started out great. I think the Murrayfield games, even though we lost the series 3-2, those were great games. I think the fans really enjoyed those. Although I hate playing Murrayfield. I mean, they're great games, but you play them. It's like it's like living with your sister. You just can't do it for very long.
No.
So
you don't have the best of luck with Murrayfield either,
yeah,
unfortunately.
But yeah, those were all high points. I mean, the whole year we were so successful, going down to Slough and winning 18-2. That was some game. I mean, a lot of people didn't have the chance to see it, but it was quite a team effort. So I think there were so many things last year that were great. I mean, there's like I always say, is the bad points don't even come close to the good points. So.
The start of this year, as I say, was pretty high. Apart from the Sheffield tournament, because there was a lot of problems there. Again, you picked up an injury, and Gordon Latt and Murray Hansen picked up injuries there. But the team bounced back. They gave Durham a good hiding in the challenge game at the beginning of the year. But then again, we injuries, yourself against Murrayfield, and then in Billingham, and Gordon Latt was out, and the team went into a dip. Come the start of the league, things seem to have picked up. Gordon Latt was come back. A few changes in the team. Unfortunately, your mate Ed, didn't work for him here, and he's gone back and doing really well.
Yeah, he's doing great
in the league he's playing in. You've been to Flyers games against Norwich and Peterborough. You were at the Nottingham game as a guest of Flyers Facts. Can you maybe talk a bit about what you think the Flyers team is like at the moment and what the future holds for them, the way things are going?
I think the Flyers have to, in order to be successful, with the team they have right now, you never know what happens as far as different signings and whatnot, but they're very strong defensively. And I think with any team, you have to play on what the strengths are. Offensively, they've got some good, they've got some average scores, some better than average scores, but I don't think Fife has a quote-unquote superstar. And I think what Fife has to dwell on, I think you'll notice that the games they do win are the games that are low scoring, and that's when their defense are doing the job. When the defense stops, it's so hard to get the offense going, and because that's generally where the offense starts, is in your own end. It gives you the 3-on-2, gives you the chance in the opposing zone. So I think for Fife to be successful, and I think they will be, I think they have to really work on the defensive part of the game, and not so much that they need to work on it, but because that is what they do well. And I think it's a drastic change from the typical style that you see over in Britain, where it's all offense. And I think Nottingham's another good example. They're a good team and they're good defensively. And I think Fife has a chance to be right there. I said last weekend, Wembley final would be Cardiff and Fife. That's just what I think it'll be, just because Fife has two great goaltenders, good defense, and they have enough firepower to score 5 or 6 goals a game. So, and I think they can keep teams down to 2 or 3. So I think that's the key to Fife's season. I think Jim Lynch knows that.
Coming back to the personal issues, Cal, you're going back to America as soon as your health allows you. Can you maybe say a bit of the kind of fond memories you have of Fife, and also Kim as well, the kind of things that you'll take back there with you?
That Ambassador Snooker Hall has been quite a profitable venture for me. I think. I can't remember who it was, but they sure left a lot of money behind it. We ended up eating a lot of crisps. No, I think. What would you say? What would be some that you were?
Well, we've made so many close friends. Richard and
Oh, yeah.
Chantel, we still stay in touch with them at least 2 or 3 times a week on the phone. And the Fife Booster Club, Marion Watterson, Bill and Isabel McGahee, Russell and Irene Keeney, all those people. Russell and Irene Keeney came all the way over to Colorado for our wedding this summer, so we know we'll keep in touch with them, and we already have planned to reunite in the States or in Canada this summer with them as well. It's just so many people that we've gotten close to over here that we'll keep in touch with, and a lot of Billy and Karen Davidson. I mean, just you can't even name them. The cards we've received, we've kept every single card since this happened, and we must have over 100 and something cards from people, and people that you don't even remember if you've met or not, that just took the time out to send a card and care enough. It's just been unbelievable. That's been the best parts, is out of all the injuries, being shown the affection and that people do care over here has been overwhelming.
I think that teammates as well. My teammates that I've been with since I've been here, Frank Morris and Ian Robertson, Bobby Haig. I mean, even the youngsters, Raz Barrington and Mookie Wilson, all these guys that I've given nicknames to and weaned. I think they're still weaning, as a matter of fact, but they're so young. But I think just all those guys that have come through all this, all the ups and downs, and that's what really brings you close together. It's not so much the ups that bring you together; it's the downs and getting through them. And I think that kind of friendship and whatnot won't soon be forgotten, nor will it ever be forgotten. It's something you kind of get a bond with guys, and it stays with you forever. So I think, especially on a championship team like we had last year, that was something. Beer tastes better when you win. That's all you got to say to the boys, and they know who that's coming from. So that's we'll take that with us for a long time.
Carl, Kim, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to us. I think personally, and also on behalf of the Fife hockey public, I'd like to wish you all the best, all the luck and happiness for the future and whatever you do. And I hope it's not long before you find a job in hockey. And Kim's happy with that. And all the best for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Smart.